Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's just dive right in, shall we? Today, we're going to objectively break down a very specific and honestly fascinating corner of the digital economy. We're looking at a new educational playbook called Prompts That Pay. But we aren't just looking at the glossy marketing here. We're going to look at an independent block-by-block verification of this product to see if it actually holds up in the real world. If you've ever wondered how people are monetizing AI behind the scenes without actually selling AI art, you're absolutely going to want to pay close attention to this exact mechanism. Here's our roadmap for today. Number 1, the AI gold rush. 2, selling the shovels. 3, the 3-step process. 4, inside the playbook. And 5, the final verdict. All right, section 1, the AI gold rush and the macro problem we're facing. So let's set the stage a bit. Right now, literally millions of people have access to these incredible AI image generators. And what happens when everyone has the exact same tool? Well, everyone kind of rushes to sell the exact same thing. People are just flooding online stores like Etsy, throwing up thousands of AI-generated images and racing to the bottom on price. They're competing with algorithms, they're competing with each other, and they're fighting over absolute pennies. If you've ever tried it yourself, it's just an exhausting way to build a digital store. Moving on to section 2, selling the shovels. Let's look at an alternative model. So how exactly do you escape that fiercely saturated market? Well, think back to the classic gold rush analogy. The people who consistently made money weren't the ones digging for gold in the mud. No, it was the people selling the shovels. In the AI world, this playbook argues that the smartest play isn't selling the finished AI images, it's actually selling the specific text instructions used to make them. Let's clearly contrast these two approaches. On one side, you've got the mining crowd, exhausted, fighting for reach, basically begging algorithms for traffic to their standalone shops. But on the other side, the shovel sellers. Instead of setting up a lonely digital storefront, they publish reusable AI prompt instructions directly onto an established marketplace that already has hundreds of thousands of buyers actively browsing for solutions every single day. It's a completely different game. But you might be wondering, what exactly are they selling? The playbook calls it a prompt recipe, and it is purely words. It's a highly polished, fill-in-the-blank ChatGPT paragraph. A buyer pays a few bucks, copies this text, pastes it into their own AI, and just types in their specific topic. I mean, it's essentially high-end Mad Libs for AI. The words are the actual product. Just take a look at how this works. You've got the text template right there. When a buyer pastes that exact text into ChatGPT and simply fills in the blank with the words ancient Egypt, they get the stunning, high-detail sketchnote poster you see. One simple paragraph powers an infinite number of posters, and you, as a seller, you only have to write that paragraph once. Section 3, the 3-step process, taking you from a blank page to a product. Now, the playbook claims this entire method fits into a single, focused afternoon. It's pitched as a straight line from a blank page to a live product sitting on a digital shelf, ready for buyers. You don't need design skills, you definitely don't need physical inventory, and you don't need to buy expensive monthly software to make this work. The methodology breaks down into these 3 pretty simple steps. Step 1, write the fill-in-the-blank prompt recipe. Step 2, create the showcase by generating the example images that actually prove your recipe works. And step 3, publish it properly. This means packaging it with a specific listing formula and running it through a strict pre-published checklist so it passes the marketplace's review on the very first try. All right, section 4, inside the playbook, time for the objective review. So let's actually look at the $17 educational product itself. One of the most striking things highlighted by the independent review is the radical transparency of the sales material. I mean, in a space that is usually flooded with get-rich-quick claims, this playbook explicitly states it is not a shortcut to riches. The creator makes zero income promises, which, let's be honest, builds immense trust. It is honestly framed as an educational guide to a specific craft. To dig deeper, the independent review conducted a strict funnel verification. They cross-checked the public sales page, the affiliate JV page, and the live checkout dashboard. And check this out. Every single price, from the $17 front end down to the final upsell, matched perfectly across all 3 sources, totaling exactly $276. According to the reviewer, this kind of completely clean, zero discrepancy funnel is an extreme rarity in this industry. That $17 purchase also includes a couple of bonuses designed to help you execute the playbook. You get the 12-month niche calendar, mapping out over 60 seasonal niche ideas, and the first 14 days map, which gives you one daily task to get your first 3 listings live in 2 weeks. It's highly structured execution, which is great to see. But, okay, we've got to address the elephant in the room here. If you read the main sales page, the creator deliberately withholds the specific name of the marketplace where you are supposed to actually sell these prompts. So why would they do that? Well, the reviewer identified the platform as PromptBase, a massive marketplace with over 310,000 prompts and 500,000 users. However, the vendor intentionally hides this up front so buyers don't immediately run off Google generic quote-unquote half-right internet tutorials, skip the crucial rejection trigger checklist inside the playbook, and then fail the strict marketplace review process. The name is revealed immediately once you're actually inside the product. Which brings us to Section 5, the final verdict on the product's legitimacy. To maintain absolute objectivity, we need to talk about who should absolutely avoid this product. This is for sure not for anyone who wants a push-button, fully automated system. You actually have to sit down and write the recipes. It's not for those expecting income guarantees, and it's not for those who need an extensively verifiable track record. Actually, as the review noted, the creator's name, Kevin Huink, is simply too common to independently verify his specific seller history through outside research alone. But despite that limitation with the creator's incredibly common name, the final verdict from the independent review is highly positive regarding the material itself. It's a $17 guide to a specific learnable craft. It offers incredibly rare pricing transparency, honest framing with zero hike, and it's backed by a no questions asked 30-day money-back guarantee. Structurally, it's totally sound. Which basically leaves us with this final thought. The digital shelf is sitting right there, with hundreds of thousands of active buyers. So the question isn't really whether the marketplace works, it's a question of your own strategy. Are you going to keep competing in the muddy gold rush, or are you ready to start selling the shovels? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope it gave you a whole new perspective on how to